My blade reminds me of my wife. Strong and very sexy. Okay, but this is cute. Expected boomer joke. Pleasantly surprised. Honestly, you know, I expected this to go somewhere bad. I expected it to be bad, and I'm so happy that this was wholesome. I'm so happy about that. Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are going to be taking a look at r/TheStraightsAreOK. In the time where I'm doing wholesome content at the moment, I had this subreddit recommended to me, which is basically the opposite of TheStraightsAreOK. It's posts about straights being okay, whether it be to do with their relationships, things that quite commonly come up in TheStraightsAreOK, you know, the classic boomer jokes, the hate my wife and all of that, or if it's allyship or anything like that. It goes in TheStraightsAreOK, and we're going to take a look at that today. A couple of things I just wanted to very quickly mention. I've had some not great news come up in my life recently. I'm going to talk about that more at the end of the video rather than right now, but some stuff's happening and it's not great and I'm not very happy about it. So if you're interested to know about something going on in my life, then stick around till the end, I guess. It's not going to affect my content, don't worry, but it is something that's going on right now. And the other thing I quickly wanted to mention before I start is, as always, I will be live over at my Twitch every Thursday at 7 PM UK time. Come check it out. We're playing Monster Hunter at the moment. I'm kind of obsessed with that game, so do come check it out. It's always a good time. Oh, I also forgot to mention that if my voice, if I sound a little bit bunged up, I'm still a little bunged up. I'm completely over the illness now. I don't feel ill at all, but I've just got this lingering blockage that won't go away, so I'm a bit sniffly still. I may be straight, but I don't hate. I'll be out there working at Pride Fest today wearing this shirt under my uniform for a lot of reasons. For my stepbrother, for my priest, for my aunts who died before they could be legally married, for my cousins, for all of the cops I've worked with over the years, including one of the best partners I've ever shared a sector car with, for my classmate in high school whose parents made him sleep in a tent in the yard, for the man who cried on my shoulder about losing his partner on 9/11, for every call I went to where someone got kicked out of their house or whose family just didn't understand. For anyone who's had to hide who they are, I've got your back. Love is love. Hell yeah. Allyship. We love to see it. We love to see it a lot. Genuinely, I love hearing about allies. I love hearing about people that care, you know? It's great. I love it. There's one common trend, one thing that quite often rings true among people in general, you know, and it's this idea that if something doesn't affect you directly, then it's not your problem. And that applies for so many things, you know. But I think, you know, obviously when you have queer people, you have people of color, or even women right now with women's rights, people that understand how it feels help, right? It's so often to see queer people helping with racial issues or helping with women's rights and all of that kind of thing because they understand what it's like, right? And the same thing goes the other way. It's less common to see straight people supporting queer people because there's less knowledge in just normal straight people about what's going on with queer people and queer people's issues, you know? So when you do see straight people who are going, hey, this doesn't affect me, but I still care and I still want to help, I like that. I appreciate that, you know? It's good. I probably can't play the music from this one because it'll be copyright, but well, I'm just gonna play the video. You'll see what this is about. It's sad. It's quite sad. I took a picture of my wife every time she looked beautiful this month. You know, it's sad. It's sad, but also in a way it's happy. But like, you know, it's really common for older generations to do the whole like, oh, I hate my wife and I'm stuck with my wife and all of that stuff, you know. So when I see a post from someone who genuinely loved their wife and remembers her after she's passed, and like this man, every time he sees a sunset, he remembers how beautiful his wife was. That's so sad, but also so lovely and wonderful. Like, you know, it restores a bit of faith, that's what I'm saying. It restores a bit of faith because there are genuinely wonderful, lovely people out there. Yesterday, he called me cute. He called me pretty. Why don't they use fancy words? Hey, how do you spell gorgios? No fucking idea. You know, sometimes simple is all we have. Sometimes simple is all that can be given, you know? Doing our best out here, guys. Doing our best. Man dresses up in costumes to embarrass wife on Zoom calls. I just love that. I love that. Just a harmless little prank that a guy does because he finds it funny and because his wife finds it funny, I'm sure. The costumes are great. Where's Wally and Batman as well. Imagine the Where's Wally one you could almost pass off as like, it's funny, that guy looks like Where's Wally, but also those are clothes a normal person could wear. But the Batman one is just, that's Batman. This message brought to you by the Consent Boys. Girl, don't look, I'm changing clothes. Me respecting women. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of problems with r/memes, but it's good to know that it's healing at least a little bit. I literally helped him find D. What did you do today? If lost, please return me to D. I'm D. The thing is, right, not only is this funny and wholesome, but look how genuinely happy they look in the second picture. The genuine joy for these two people to be together. Genuine joy. I fucking love that. I fucking love that. Also, genuinely expected this to be a D's nuts joke. You go up to him and you're like, oh, return you to D? Who's D? D's nuts? But no, there actually was just a D. Someone trash talks their spouse. Can't relate. My husband is awesome. For now, you just wait until you're out of the newlywed phase. We've been together 10 years. Huh? Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand why you're marrying someone that you don't enjoy being married to. And also, like, surely if you're gonna get married to someone, you should have spent enough time with them beforehand to know whether the marriage is gonna go well, right? Me and Leo, not married, not even engaged, but we've been together years at this point and we haven't got sick of each other. Like, I think if me and Leo get married, we're gonna do great. And eventually it will happen when we're in a position where we can support that and we're ready for it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful and we love each other. But also, we're building up a lot of time together to know what each other is like and to know, you know, we live together. We've lived together for years now. We understand each other and we understand that when we get married, we're not gonna go, man, now that I'm married, I sure do hate you because I didn't spend enough time with you before. How quickly do people rush into marriages is the point I'm trying to get across. But also, even if you rush into a marriage and you discover that the person you're with isn't the person you want to be with anymore, you can get a divorce. You are not stuck with that person. You don't have to spend the rest of your life with someone you don't want to spend your life with. And that's not a hard concept. She fell asleep on me while we FaceTimed, so I drew her till she woke up. She needed the sleep and I needed the inspiration. That is wholesome. That is very cute. I really like that. It reminds me of when me and Leo did start first seeing each other. We lived in 2 different cities, and the cities, they weren't too far from each other. Like, they were basically neighboring cities, but I didn't drive at the time. Leo still doesn't drive, so, you know, we had to rely on public transport to even meet. We FaceTimed a lot, especially at nighttime, especially before bed. We would FaceTime till quite late into the night and chat, and I have fond memories of those times. They were really nice times. So, obviously, we don't do that anymore because we live together. We don't need to. And also, Leo works a really intense job and he has to get up quite early for it. So I'm not gonna make him stay up late at night to chat to me, you know? My boyfriend paid my $2,000 tuition payment a couple months ago because I was broke. And I just tried to pay him back and this boy really said, no, it's okay. Remember that one time you paid for my Chipotle when I forgot my wallet? Like, in what way is that equal at all? LMAO, I'm crying. Wholesome moment, you know? Just not holding payments above your couple, your partner, being like, no, I want to do this because I want to do it, you know? You do nice things for me, I do nice things for you. That's how the world works. That's how we work. I love that. I wish I had more money to spoil Leo. We are currently both working minimum wage jobs. Leo required a degree to work a minimum wage job. That's the state of the economy. And the news that we'll be getting at the video may or may not be about my job, so yay. Look forward to that. I'm religious and trans, and I once saw a rabbi on Twitter say, God created trans people in the same way God created wheat but not bread. And to be honest, I love that idea. Christian conservatives fail to see any actual beauty in people. They just want to manipulate people to their archaic standards. I really like that. Like you say, you use grains for other things. You know, grain can be used for so much. You can use it to make flour, you know, you can use it to make cereals. You can use that flour to make bread. cakes, fucking noodles, you know? So many different things that can be made, and people are no different. We might all be born human, and we are all human, but we're not all the same. We might all be babies, but that doesn't mean that when we grow up, we're all going to be the exact same cookie cutter human, because of course we're not. We're all different. We're all unique. There are so many different unique things about people, be that how they present themselves gender-wise, be that who they love, be that the interests they have, be that, I don't know, fucking what kind of makeup they wear, you know? Everybody's different. Everybody's got unique aspects to them, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. 7 years ago, I worked at a small company of about 15 people. I sent an email to all my co-workers one Friday, inviting them on a weekend hike. Only one person came, a guy from the web dev team that I'd hardly spoken to. Today is our 6th wedding anniversary. We're going hiking. I love that. I love that. I love hearing stories about how people met and like how it's going, you know? We met this way. It's going really well, and to celebrate it, we're going to remember how we met. I love that. It's so cute. I've got another video here, and again, wholesomeness. Wholesomeness. This one isn't sad though. Don't worry.
Today, I'm going to speak Polish to Maria all day to help her feel at home.
Dzień dobry, moje piękne.
Kochanie, kupiłem ci kawę, herbatę, cytrynę dla ciebie. Jak się ma, mój chłopczyk? Kupiłem ci kwiaty, kochani.
I love that. I love that. You know, making your wife feel more at home, making an effort to do something for your wife who, you know, is an English second language speaker, or maybe even, I don't know, third, fourth. Other countries learn English and other languages so much better than we do. But to make the effort to learn your wife's language, to make her feel more at home, you know, to make her feel happier, to be nice to your wife. That's it. That's the message. Be nice to your wife. A little black girl at the gas station told me, "I like your big hair," so I'm feeling pretty invincible right now, to be honest. She had a pineapple with 2 braids on either side of her head and some glittery beads. I told her I liked hers too, and she said, "My daddy did it from YouTube." I love that. Once again, people make an effort. A dad making an effort to learn how to do his daughter's hair. I love that. I love it. This isn't common enough because there's this weird like stigma, you know, around like what men should be doing. Oh, you're a man who does your daughter's hair? F off. Okay? Men, do your daughter's hair. Learn how to style your daughter's hair. Do it. It'll make your daughter happier. It'll make you happier. It'll make everyone happier. Okay? Don't listen to anyone that goes, "Oh, that's not masculine," because they're just not happy enough in their own lives that they have to tear other people down. Be happy in your life.
Best sister ever.
Are you pregnant? Are you really? Holy shit!
The sudden realization, like the weight.
That's awesome! How'd you find out? Come here.
Again, just the happiness, the joy, you know, the happiness of this guy to be creating a family with his wife. The love that he has for his wife is so clear and apparent here, and the love that he has for the daughter he's already got, and the fact that he's so excited to have another child. Wholesome. The world is healing, you know. Once again, it makes me feel a little bit happier, a little bit better about the world, you know, when people can be this excited and this happy and love their family this much, you know. And it's just so much nicer than a lot of the bullshit we see on the internet at the moment. And the final post: "If anyone objects to this union..." Sorry, last high five, I swear. I'm just so excited to finally be marrying the woman of my dreams. I can't contain myself. The good ending. It's like, it's sad that a guy decided to make the original image, but I'm so glad that we got a finish to it that was just so much happier, because goddamn am I so tired of the boomer I hate my wife comics. If you don't like someone, don't get married to them. Marry someone that you're excited to marry. And that is the message that I will end this video on. Now, I mentioned at the start of this video that I was going to talk a little bit about some goings on in my life, so feel free to click off the video now if you're not interested about that, but I'm going to talk about it now. Basically, I've lost my job. No way of going around it, really. I'm not going to like tiptoe around the subject. The aquarium I work at, I was only on a 6-month contract originally, but they took me on because they really wanted to take me on. My contract got extended with the hope of that when the budget year rolls around, they would be able to take me on permanently. The sector I'm in applied for the budget to take me on permanently, and it was rejected. It's shitty, and I feel shit about it. I won't lie. Especially given that the aquarium we're at has literally, in the last like 8 months since I've been there, I started in July, we've constantly been told over and over and over again that we're having record visitors, record profits, record gift shop sales, all of that stuff, you know. So then for them to turn around and reject budgets, not just in our department, but in so many departments, and to not even be able to retain the staff that are currently at the aquarium feels really shit. I don't really know what I'm going to do or where I'm going from here. It's not going to affect my content at all. I'm going to keep making a video every week. Depending on how things go, I don't know, maybe I'll make more content in the interim before I have found another job. I don't know, but it's shit. It feels shit, and I'm not happy about it. So yeah, that's the situation. On top of that, we've had some news about Artemis. Don't worry, she's okay, but we are going to have to get her a surgery. Basically, she has a condition, I can't remember the name, but she has a rolled eyelid, which means that her eyelashes are underneath and scrape against her eye whenever she blinks. It is something that can be fixed with surgery. We're taking her to a specialist so that they can say exactly what she needs first, but the surgery can cost up to like $2,000, and just the specialist appointment's like 600. So to have all of this going on right at the same time that I am losing my job is rough. It's not ideal. Again, she'll be absolutely fine, and we're actually looking forward to it because we've always known that she's had a bit of a gammy eye, and it will finally be fixed, so she's going to be way more comfortable as well. It's also kind of frustrating because our breeder has known about this issue. We were told that she had a gammy eye, and we knew about that when we got her, and you know, we were only allowed to actually buy her off the breeder because the breeder knows that Leo works in animal care and can give her a good life. But we only found out after getting her checked out and finding out about this condition that the breeder went, oh yeah, her granddad had that. And you didn't think to tell us that piece of info. So anyway, that's going on as well. Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I don't really know what I'm going to do work-wise. I don't really know what's going to happen. Artemis will be fine though. And we are going to be doing everything in our power to make sure that Artemis will be fine. The money will be going towards that treatment. You know, we're not going to not get her that treatment regardless of where I end up. But yeah, that's my situation. It's and there's nothing I can do about it. That's where I'm going to end the video. If you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click on that join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but again, I'm going to keep making content regardless, so don't feel like you have to. But a huge, massive special thank you to all of the YouTube members and patrons that do support me. All of your names are on screen right now. It genuinely helps a lot, and it genuinely means so much, especially right now. So thank you to everybody that does. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.